Hey, this is Jordan,
This is only.
and welcome to the Real Cut podcast, where we give you our unfiltered take on life.
Hey, everybody.
We are back.
Yes.
Back in business.
Back in business.
Not that we ever weren't in business.
Nope. Been running business this whole time.
Still
Episode
here.
24, I think.
Oh, awesome.
Now.
Yeah.
Yep. Almost a quarter of the way to our 100.
So cool. We
Isn't that
gotta
amazing?
do some sort of party
Yeah,
for 100,
absolutely.
you know.
Ooh, that would be.
The wheels are turning.
Right. I don't know why I thought of
Yeah.
101 Dalmatians. I was like, maybe we'll do a 101. Well, that could be the theme. We'll just poke it out everywhere.
No,
I don't know.
that's a horrible idea.
Listen, not every idea is a winner. Sometimes you just got to shoot from the hip.
He's there.
All right, we'll see. Okay,
mean,
it
you
was
know.
halfway there. All right, so
Dalmatians are actually not a very friendly breed.
They're not.
So can we
They're-
change the breed?
they use those. Yeah, they're actually not. They're actually like hunting dogs, right? And like they also that's
Probably,
yeah,
yeah.
I
These are very lean and fast.
Absolutely,
They're
yeah.
so cute, but no,
Do
let's
poodles are hunting
go.
dogs as well?
I don't know.
They are.
Oh,
Yeah, they were.
wow.
That's why. Like that's
They are
why.
kind of the elite, so that makes sense.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were bred for hunting and stuff like that. I dated a
Yeah.
girl once who had show poodles.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
her parents had
Yeah,
show poodles.
yeah. People get really into,
Oh yeah.
like,
No, they were
actually,
really into these poodles.
Maddie, one of my team members, loves dogs, and so she does dog sitting just
Oh,
because she
cool.
loves it.
Yeah.
She actually dog sits hours. She comes to our house when
Oh,
we're
that's
gone
amazing.
and dog sits and does a great job. They love her. But anyways, she does kind of regular dog sitting for this lady that does show dogs.
Oh, cool.
I don't remember the breed. It's a very kind of a unheard of breed, like very expensive, and they're huge. They're just like huge dogs, like heavier than many people.
Yeah.
Anyways, and so, but this lady does it professionally. She makes so much money. She has like a big mansion, and she's basically never home,
Really?
which is weird.
Yeah. What are you
Weird.
doing?
She'll take like one or two at a time and go show them, but the other like seven are like home. So that's why she needs like a very high level dog, like house sitter, because they need a lot of attention. So it's kind of like kids.
Yeah.
It's like the parent that's gone all the time. So you need like a really good nanny because they still need good care.
That makes a lot of sense.
But they're dogs, so it's not as big of a deal as like kids. But it's just very interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you need somebody
It's like
there.
her
They don't need to pay
job.
attention all the time.
Yeah.
But you need somebody there just in case.
Yeah,
And then to
and-
hit the moments when they do
Mhm.
need their stuff.
Yeah.
That makes a
So,
lot of sense. Where kids you'd
anyways.
have to pay more attention to because they're going to talk to you. They're going to be like,
mhm.
you know, kids in your
Yeah,
face with all
yeah.
these requirements and needs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
You know?
Right? For real.
Jerks.
Oh,
No,
I know.
just joking, of course. I hope you know that.
We're kidding.
Yeah, they're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
this guy's got a child too.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about his home. No, I'm not going to joke. I'm not going to keep
Mike
joking.
always, oh my gosh, it's kind of embarrassing,
Oh,
but
really?
sometimes he'll say this to me or to other people or whatever, but he'll be like, is it too late to abort? I'm like, babe, you can't say stuff like that. But he does. He'll say it in front of anyone and he does not care.
But it's like, but when it's like, I don't know, like I get it's a sensitive subject, right? So I want to say that before I move further into
Yeah.
this, like, but like at a certain point too, it's like, it's kind of like when they're so old, it's like
Yeah, it's
obviously,
obviously a joke.
right? Yeah.
Of where you stand on
Yeah,
the
like, you're just-
actual subject matter.
right. The joke is how frustrated
Just
you are
like,
with the
oh
child
my
in the moment that you would even think about it. Yeah, like that's,
Like, yes, that would actually be full on murder.
but that's so.
But he's kidding because obviously he's a wonderful dad.
No,
But,
he's a great dad. Yeah, it's so
yeah,
funny.
so same idea. We're kidding.
Yes, I love
Good
it.
fun.
Is
But
it
yeah.
too late to abort? I'm gonna steal that from you. I love that. I'm saying Lyle hates every time we're at the grocery store. And he hates this so much, and I love it now. You know, it's like what, because it's not a horrible, mean thing, right?
Yeah.
So we'll be buying something, and they'll go, "Do you need a bag?" And
Yeah.
I'll go, "No, that's why I brought him."
Oh, yeah.
He hates it. He has said it so many times that he sits there and he like
He's
like
just
kind of
like,
like
really,
waiting for
dude?
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's like, ha ha ha. And the
Yeah.
cashiers though, every time love it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
love
Oh
it.
my
They crack
gosh.
up. You know what I mean? It's
Oh
like
yeah.
he's gonna go
I
up.
heard that before, so they probably haven't either.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they it kills. It
Yeah.
kills
Yeah.
every single time. And but he's just heard it so many times. He's like, oh my god.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
I think like okay. So a week ago on the other podcast, you were talking
Hmm.
about like how you saw your grandma and
Yeah.
recorded that
Yes.
video, right?
Yes.
I think when I pass, he's probably going to do the same thing. Like
Hmm.
he's gonna like I hope actually. Like so
Yeah.
I've just committed to myself. I'm never going to stop doing this.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to keep saying it because when I pass, I hope like he tells that story.
Right.
And he's
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? He's like, my dad, he thought he was really funny, something like that,
Yeah. It's
and
like
then
he said it every time.
every time. And then,
I'm sure it will be. It'll be one of those stories.
yeah. And then if
Yeah.
he has a kid, he can do it to them too. Like, how funny would that be?
Yeah. Oh,
Nah, so I
yes,
bring this
he
one.
probably will.
I hope he does.
I'm
I
sure he
really do.
will. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
That's
but
the
yeah, Mike
best.
has a lot of things that he says that are like something happens or we see something and it triggers it and he can't not say it. And like, so tomorrow we're actually going to take the zoo to the kids to the zoo tomorrow because it's supposed to be like in the 70s.
What is it?
Yeah. And so after I'm out of my last mastermind
Mm-mm.
at 1, then we're going to go up.
That's great.
And I know I'm so excited. And but yeah, I already know, like when we see the cheetahs, he's gonna say cheetahs never prosper. And like just like he has one for every single animal.
I
And I
love it.
hear it in my head every time I see like animals. I know what he's gonna say, and I just give it like 2 seconds and then he says it, and I'm just like, yeah. It happens during movies. It's weird because like now we've been together for like 11 years now.
Right.
So it's like I know his little things that he says
Absolutely.
before he even gets around to saying it.
Oh, I bet.
It's very weird.
I bet.
Yeah. So.
It's not so funny though. Cheetahs never prosper. Which is like the
He does
classic.
that. He does that for every single animal or something.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Yeah. Well, he's a comedian. So I mean
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah, that's his mindset.
Yeah.
Jokes and everything. Like
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm not a comedian. But like my friends, we always made fun of each other and we always made
Mhm.
jokes.
Yeah.
And so like I get the whole
Right.
like, but
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
He
I
actually.
love that you know. That's the part that makes me laugh too. You're like,
Oh
like
my
you're walking up, you're like, here we
gosh.
go.
Uh,
Is it-
I was gonna say with the he actually gets to host a show for a really high up comedian
He was
soon.
telling me about
Kyle
that.
Kinane. So he has
Yes.
189,000 followers.
Kyle's a great. I love that comedian. He's
Yeah,
hilarious.
really?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
I texted
So
him the other day
I
to
thought
ask
that was so
him because
cool.
I was telling a couple of my clients about it and they wanted to go as well.
Mhm.
And so I'll text him again today because he's like me. He's
Oh,
forgetful at times.
yeah.
But I tried to ask him when it was.
Yeah.
'Cause I want
Okay.
to like
Yeah.
promote
I
it.
mean, it's like April or something. It's not that far away.
That's what he was saying.
So,
I mean, he told me while he was here in the barbershop, but I'm
Yeah.
just
I
forgot.
know. I need to get tickets too. But anyways,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so cool. Yeah,
yeah.
Kyle's hilarious. That guy cracks me up so much. I've watched him a bunch. He's like a Portland native, I think.
Oh,
I swear. Yeah, he's
cool.
actually in
Well, that
Oregon.
makes sense then
Mhm.
because I'm like, how is he coming to Salem?
Oh, I think he originally is from somewhere else, but he lives in
Oh,
Portland
okay.
now.
Oh, he
just
lives
to be
in
clear.
Portland now.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Like he's
Yeah.
lived in Portland for a little bit. He's like
That's cool.
he's like a punk rocker.
Okay.
So like Portland's kind of that scene.
Yeah.
Like we have a
Yeah.
deep like punk rock history in Portland,
Yeah.
actually.
Okay.
Which is
Yeah.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So
awesome.
yeah, it is. So I love that. But
Mhm.
yeah, I'm like, we're gonna get off track. Like there's a track.
Yeah, there's no track.
There's no track here.
Yeah,
It's unfiltered,
disclaimer.
no track.
We like to pretend there's a track.
Yeah, exactly.
Slight track.
It's a slight
today.
track.
We have a little.
Slight.
We did plan one subject for today.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So
we talked
there's
a little bit
one
about it.
singular little track.
In fact, I could have asked this subject 4 subjects because I just recently started
Yeah.
jumping onto this train,
Mhm.
as far as that goes. So
Yeah,
actually, we'll use that as a
it is
segue.
good. It's kind of new for you.
It's very new for
Yeah.
me.
Mhm.
Yeah. Because I told you I kind of take a whole John Henry idea to it.
Yeah.
But even in saying that, so the classic story, just to break down, John Henry
Mhm.
was the man, a myth, a legend, who took on a steam-powered spike driver for the railroad, right? And
Yeah.
he believed that as a man, he could do it better and faster. They didn't
Mhm.
want his job taken by a machine.
Mhm.
And so he went through and he actually ended up competing against the steam-powered machine, beat
Mhm.
it, but in the end ended up dying from the overexhaustion
Yeah.
of pushing himself so hard.
Mhm.
So ultimately, there is pride as a human being, like we won,
Yeah.
but at what cost?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So you and I know that you're a big fan of it,
Mhm.
that you've used it tons and things like that. I'm kind of adopting it
Mhm.
because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little scared of it. And I don't mind admitting that.
Do you want to tell people what you're talking about?
I am, yeah.
Are you leading up to it?
Yes.
Okay.
That-
You just forgot to.
It's fully possible. So I love that you checked.
I want to burst the bubble.
But
Okay.
it's AI.
Yeah.
It's AI.
Yeah.
It's Terminator. It's Skynet. It's all of that. It's not, but it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
tell me. I know that you are a big fan of it. That you've used it as well.
Yeah.
That you have it in your life. So tell me what you love about it, what you like about it, why it's going to take over the world, why it won't.
I hope not.
I
don't
what are
want
your
that
thoughts?
to be clear.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, it is controversial because it's like we don't want humans replaced,
Right. Of
and we
course.
don't want to be replaced,
Yeah,
and we don't want to be out of control and have it run the world.
absolutely.
And so,
About overlords.
right, and it will take over too much, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hopefully not way too much, but
Well, the scariness is
too
that people
much.
are lazy,
yeah,
right?
Mhm.
I hate to say that
yeah,
because
yeah,
I don't think all people are.
yeah,
Be clear, right?
yeah,
But there are, and some
right,
people will. If they can make something easier,
Mhm.
it's the
yeah,
Wall-E effect,
right,
right?
yeah,
And
yep.
so,
So it's like what are those boundaries kind of?
right.
It's like when is it too much? When is it something we should be doing?
Mhm.
Like all of that. So it is a weird thing and it
Yeah.
takes a lot, but I've put a lot of time and effort and education into it. It's not just something I think you should just do. I think you should
Right.
educate yourself on it and then do research and talk to a lot of people that use it well.
Yeah.
And so but yeah, so I use it basically for, well, actually we were talking about this yesterday. Like I am aware of everything I do in a day
Hmm.
and I'm aware of what only I can do.
Right.
And then I also know what things are important to have done, but anybody can do it.
Right.
And then also what things should I and out of those things, actually out of that category, some of it needs to be done by another human, and then some of it can be automated by a tool, a technology, whether it's AI or it's just some like a machine essentially that
Right.
generates and has like canned responses that I've preset. So it's like you have to determine, and so it's like, okay, I could write an Instagram caption and I would do a great job and it would be fine.
Hmm.
But that is technically something that doesn't need Jordan to do.
Right.
So now what do we do with that? So then we got to filter it down. Okay, does it need to be a human that does it? It could totally be another human. Like, for example, I have
Yeah.
Katrina. Katrina could do it. But do I want to pay Katrina $25 an hour to do that? Or do I want to have a machine
That's a
do
good
it
point.
for free?
Yeah.
Like, duh. Like,
Why would you not go the free route?
yeah. So so I need to also know what are the tasks that I don't have to do and what should I have, what can AI do for free? And then what should I pay her $25 an hour to do?
Which I think is really smart.
Like, yeah, like if she was just doing things that AI could do for free, then I would be wasting thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So
That
then
makes a
I
lot of
have her
sense.
do it only Katrina or a human being could do. And so anyway, so I do use it because it saves me thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars a month. So why would I not? So it does things like generate ideas, like tell me, well, we talked about the recipe. Um, it actually so a business partner that I have that has a sister team, not Andrew, I have a couple more. Like anytime someone comes to EXP and they have a team,
Right.
we're all all the team leaders work together and we all
It's awesome.
meet and we share resources with each other and whatnot. So this is a team. And so the team leader and I actually had a meeting yesterday because we were comparing notes on how we onboard and train brand new agents.
Mhm.
And he had ChatGPT write out a business plan for new agents.
Cool.
Yeah. And so it was very detailed, because new agents need a lot of guidance.
Do you guys go in and reread it to make sure that it didn't go off the rails?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it gives you it would take weeks of trying to revise this document if we didn't have AI.
Yeah.
it gives you a very good business plan because it extracts data from all the top websites by reputable other team leaders that have written it.
And done it already.
Yeah. So it
Makes a lot of
extracts
sense.
that and then it filters through it and finds out what is actually credible and what is not, and the averages of numbers and stuff.
Mhm.
So it's a very, very solid, like accurate
That's pretty awesome.
list and business, like an entire business plan for a new agent to say, here's what I do on day 1, here's what I do on day 2, 3, 4, that sort of thing.
Right.
So so it saves a lot of time. It's very accurate. It's really good. It's laid out in a good way, and you can also change like the tone of voice. Like, say this warmly, say this professionally, say this casually. Like, you can change the tone
Oh, I like
to
that.
match your personality.
Yeah.
And you can also be like, write an Instagram caption that is geared towards Gen Z, or write something that has trendy verbiage, because like the app that I'm creating is meant for Gen Z and younger millennials.
Mhm.
So I am having ChatGPT help me with a lot of that,
That's
like
great.
a lot of it,
Yeah.
because it knows like the trending words, phrases, things that they're looking for, because I don't know that. But
Right.
it knows what they're using on the internet
That's
and what
great.
words they're using.
That's cool.
So
So then it's going to be able to help you get it's like using a focus group,
yeah,
essentially.
yeah, yeah, yep. And so just because it can pull information on all of the top websites, forums, everything, anything on the internet at all,
Yeah.
it knows what to take.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So it's like, so it's just, you tell it what to do and what you need and
Yeah.
and so it just saves so much, and a lot of brain power.
Right, I bet.
Like,
Yeah, you're teaching it to take us over.
and it might feel,
Sorry, you got it. Okay. That's good.
counterintuitive, because you might feel, oh, am I being lazy because I'm not using this brain power?
Right. I know that was something I
Yeah, but it's like, okay, so you can either use your brain power for that and stay where you're at, or you can essentially use your own brain power and then add on thousands of other brain powers to
Right.
yours, because
Well,
you never could do it all.
and I think you explained it like you may have said this a little earlier today or yesterday on our run. I forget exactly now. Um, it's about delegating, right?
Yeah.
As well. Like you said, you could use the brain power for the captions, right? Because I was
Yeah.
expressing how I felt like I was using it
Yeah.
on a part of my artistic. I thought
Right.
like that's
Yeah.
part of who I am. I need to think of what to
Yes.
say and all this stuff, right?
Right. Yeah.
And you made a really good point that really like resonated with me.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, well, that part is so small, like if you're focusing on, like you just said, I think you just said it a minute ago, if you're focusing
Yeah.
on that, like that,
Yeah.
what else could you be doing, right? Instead of that,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
Where that
Yeah.
is such a small part of it, where
Yeah.
I can spend time more editing or doing the haircuts or talking to people and bringing stuff in where
Yeah.
I don't have to like worry about, oh, what is this caption or hashtag gonna
Yeah.
be?
It's
Because
just
it does take a while.
you keep yourself boxed in very small if you don't leverage other things.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I
Um,
leverage all kinds of other tools.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just to
So,
look at it as a tool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you think about it, if you go to a fine dining restaurant, did I tell you this? Like, did I compare it to a fine dining restaurant versus
Maybe.
like Burger King? Like, okay,
Yes.
so
Yes.
I did.
Yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
the listeners at home.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, I mean, if you go to a fine dining restaurant that does excellent food, excellent service, it's expensive. You don't have the chef greeting you at the door and seating you, and you don't have the chef, or you don't have the server cooking, or
Right.
like everybody has their place. And yeah, the chef could greet people.
Absolutely.
They are human. They could stand at the front and greet people. It doesn't mean they can't do it. It means it is creates a better experience. You make a lot more money, and everybody just has their place. It's a better experience.
Yeah.
Like, you can go to a fast food restaurant and that person does everything. Like,
Right. I
cool. You're
worked
just
at one
very
shop.
limited. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you're not wrong though.
Yeah.
When Mad Angel started out,
Right.
they were very small, right?
Mhm.
We had a breakfast and lunch place, and
Yeah.
it was me. I served, I cooked, I
Yeah.
did everything. I
Yep.
took the orders. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
And you are very limited.
Like,
100% you are.
people will call it like a frame, like a term that people use is the CEO sweeping the floor.
Yeah.
Like a CEO can sweep a floor,
Right.
but they can get a lot more done if
Mhm.
they hire somebody else to sweep the floor.
Right.
You can just get more done. So you stay in your box if you try to do everything yourself,
Right.
which some might like or prefer and want
Yeah.
or whatever. And that is totally fine as long as they know that and then that's what they choose.
Well, and I think it's great to use for like you opened up my eyes. I think it's good to get outside of your box. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think some things like I don't think we always need to get outside of our box.
Yeah.
Right. Sometimes you need to stay the course.
Mm-hmm.
Right. If that makes, but those may be different things as well. But
Yeah.
the point being is that like you can't grow inside of your box as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Eventually, if you grow
Yeah.
enough, the box is going to be too small.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
You need a new box.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. Like the things that I like about it is like when we were talking about recipes to jump,
Mm-hmm.
even pivot a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Away from like the business
Yeah.
side of
Yeah.
things.
Because personal. Yeah. For
Yeah,
sure.
it's great. Like to think about, like as we were talking about it, like I'm gonna go and I'm gonna talk to it and have it make me a meal chart
Mm-hmm.
for this week for dinners and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And then I'm guessing it'll probably be able to make me a grocery list off of it as
Mm-hmm.
well,
It
right?
will. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Mm-hmm.
awesome. The
It'll
fact
tell
I
you the
won't.
calories if you want it to.
I mean, I don't really care.
I know we already talked about that.
Yeah,
Like I'm not breaking that
I'm not
down into
breaking
the
that. Yeah.
teeny numbers.
No. Well, I mean, maybe one
But
day. I don't
yeah.
like. Well, I was talking with Devin about it the other day
Yeah.
at the luncheon. He asked about our. Actually, funny enough, everybody like was like, "Where's Jordan?" Like, and they saw me like we're associated now. As far as that goes, which
Awesome.
I thought it was great. Yeah, I totally forgot to tell you that.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Hey, like, where's Jordan?" I'm like, "Oh, well, she's doing
Thing
her
I
own
would
stuff."
often go to. Yeah.
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 And so it was funny. But I was talking to him and he brought up, he's like, "Are you guys starting your Ironman training? How's that going?" I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Yeah, we're actually starting to ramp up into that. We've been doing the swimming lessons, which is
Mm-hmm.
great. I'm actually going to start like tonight. I'm going to run tomorrow. I'm going to swim. Like, so
Ooh.
normally at night I would do running and biking
Yeah.
and I'm going to start doing every other and I'm going to throw
Mm-hmm.
swimming in
Yeah.
as well with that
Yeah.
and try to get better at that area.
Mm-hmm.
But I was telling him that like I've been actually trying to like pack on a little bit extra,
Mm-hmm.
knowing like that we were going to do so much cardio coming up.
Yeah.
Because like last time we did it, I lost weight and like,
Mm-hmm.
which was fine, but I'm also not trying to lose any weight.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. What did he say? Did it sound
He
like
said,
that was a
yeah,
good idea?
absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He's like, that makes a lot
Yeah,
of
I
sense.
guess it didn't occur to me to ask like a professional, but it makes sense.
Right.
And like your stuff. So I'm like, it probably is good. But that's
Yeah.
kind of nice to know, like, yeah,
It's
that's
just a
a solid
numbers thing.
plan. Yeah.
Right. Like obviously in a healthy way,
Yeah.
as well. Like
Uh-huh.
him and I joked about some of the things I was eating. Obviously, he
Yeah.
doesn't approve of that, like I didn't eat some of it
Yeah.
himself. Like,
Yeah,
that's
he
so
does.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
think
that's
he
what I like
does.
about him.
Sundays are his days where he eats high calorie, or at least he
Yeah.
used to do this.
I think you're right.
Where he would, it's kind of like a metabolism reset type thing for you, but he did it every single day, and he would eat like his Oreos. He's obsessed with Oreos. Did you know that?
No.
He has an Oreo closet.
Really?
Ask him about
That's
it.
awesome. I will.
Yeah, it's
No.
all the different kinds of Oreos. He has
Love it.
even gotten
That's cool.
Oreos from like overseas and stuff.
Oh yeah. Well, there's
Because
tons
there's
of different
weird,
kinds.
funny ones. Yeah.
It's
So,
crazy.
anyways,
Lyle likes he likes to look into like Lyle like covers the internet, so he's the one that's how I knew about that.
Yeah,
because he was like,
yeah.
"Dad, look at these Oreos they have." Yeah, like
Yeah.
Japan or something like that. They
Right.
have a bunch.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Mhm.
So, otherwise I wouldn't have known about that.
Right. I know. I wouldn't have without knowing Devin. So
That's so cool.
I know.
I like Oreos. They're as far as like they're obviously a sugary thing that's not the best for you, but they are like a vegan option and things like that. They hit, which is kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really a double stuffed kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like that's a little too much stuff for me.
I have gone years without Oreos. I
Really?
don't really eat them. I really like them. I just, again, like declining food that's unhealthy it's easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
Other things are not. But everybody has their thing. So to me, I'm like, I would feel gross if I ate that. So I just won't eat it.
Oh, you're so smart.
I don't know. Well, it's just, I think everybody just has their things that are easy and hard. I mean, thankfully, we all are not horrible at everything. Like everyone just has kind of their things.
That's how we help each other out.
And food is just not my difficult. Like, it's not a struggle. But
right.
But yeah, I've gone years. I probably haven't had an Oreo in a couple of years, and I love them. I think they're so good. I wish I could eat Oreos every day.
I mean, well, of course.
But I just don't.
I bought a Costco box of Oreos,
Mm-hmm.
and it lasted roughly a week.
Yeah, a
at my
Costco box.
house.
Are they just like
It's like a box of like
yeah.
12 or 14 sleeves of
Okay.
Oreos.
Well, I guess you're eating for two.
I,
You're
well, I
gonna
got
have some for me.
Lyle in the house too. He eats. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
tries. He sent me a picture.
Send me a picture
He's
because
like, this
I
one's for
will be
you.
feel sad.
Oh, then I won't
Don't
send you.
send me pictures.
I won't send you a
Just eat
picture.
them.
I will.
Just so that I can
And I'll think of you.
know.
Yeah.
But somehow I'll know that they're being eaten by somebody. I'll feel a sense of peace.
That's right. So everybody out there listening as well, when you eat your Oreos, think of Jordan.
My shirt's kind of like an Oreo.
It is.
Black, white, black.
It is.
Yeah.
I like that Hilltop shirt.
Yeah, me too. You made it. I think probably.
Did I?
Probably.
Yeah,
It's
probably.
a cricket. So
Oh yeah,
yeah.
me then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure I did. I've made so
Yeah.
many, but I mean, I made this one too.
I
Right
know.
now.
It stays on so
But
well.
yeah,
Yeah.
once I found the better, it's like anything, right? Trial and error.
Hmm.
Found the better vinyl.
Yeah.
Once you find the good stuff,
Hmm.
and I mean, like
Yeah.
anything, it's not going to be like screen printing. I think that's the one that lasts the longest
Yeah.
overall.
Yeah.
Or embroidery, I guess, could be argued. But
Yeah.
really, I'm getting technical.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I was gonna do one thing though, really quick, back to AI.
oh yes,
Can you give me something that you're really obsessed with that is G rated?
what are we implying? Like all my interests are not G rated. I mean, fair, you got me. Now, one thing that I'm interested.
You could do this.
Yeah, maybe I might get there. I like wrestling. I like lifting. I like skating, like longboarding specifically. I
Uh-huh.
don't do tricks anymore. I'm too old for tricks, even in the ladies' situation.
Yeah.
Don't. As a stretch, trying to make jokes. I like fashion. I like video games.
Okay.
Do you want me to keep going? Or I'm just like I'm
If you
gonna
have any more main ones, it's fine.
main ones. I like riding bikes. I like hanging out with my son.
Okay.
I like drawing. Not a lot of people know that about me.
Yeah.
I kind of keep that one to myself.
That's cool though.
Not anymore, apparently.
You need
I just
to
realized.
post a picture on
Oh no, that's
on
never
the
gonna
Instagram.
happen. The drawings are just for me.
Okay, that's probably good.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is what ChatGPT has to say about
Is that what
you.
you were doing this whole time? I saw you type it. I thought you were just making a list.
Oh, okay, listen. Bully moves with purpose, bold and strong, a fighter at heart where he belongs. Wrestling through life, no fear, no fall, rising each time, standing tall. Barbell clinks, the grind don't stop, lifting heavy, aiming top. On four wheels, he carves with style, skating smooth, mile by mile. Threads so fresh, the fashion's tight, a look that's clean and built to fight. Controller clicks, the game is on, late night battles till the dawn. Pencil strokes, a vision clear, art takes form, no doubts, no fear, but best of all, no matter what, with Lyle, that's where his heart is stuck. Last one. Bikes on trails, laugh
That
so
part's gonna make
loud.
me cry.
I
I'm such a sucker when it comes to.
know.
All right.
The last little bit. Bikes on trails, laugh so loud. A father, a legend, standing proud through every passion, every play. Oli lives it his own way. Yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
right?
It nailed me.
I know.
Yeah.
And so, anyways, so it's pretty cool. Like if it's good for captions, like it gets to know you
I'm
and
gonna
puts
use
it
it.
together. Yeah. Yeah. And it's just fun. The very first thing I ever entered into ChatGPT was write a poem about my husband Mike and how he loves pickleball more than me. And the poem it spit out made me laugh so hard. And I read it to Mike and he was dying. And I was like, I was hooked like immediately. I was like, this is so great.
Yeah.
And then I showed it to Porter the other day and
I like it.
he loves it. He's
Yeah.
like puts in like, write me a story about my dog Tito or something, Anyway.
Porter's so funny. Like he's such Mike's kid. Like I love it.
Oh,
Like, it
yeah.
cracks me up because he's got like the little comedy niche in him as well. Like he's
Mhm.
always like whenever I see him, he's always trying to make jokes. and
Yeah.
make me laugh. And it
Yeah.
just cracks me up. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's such a funny little kid. Like
Yeah. He wrote his first comedy bit the
Did
other
he?
day. Yeah. We were playing Battleship, he and I. And you have to like say, like B4 or like it's like the row and the column
Yeah.
of where you have to see if your little thing got their ship.
Right.
And
They tell
so
you hit or miss.
yeah. So we were in the middle of playing and then it was like the letter I and the number 1.
Okay.
And I was like, I won. And he's like, no, you didn't. And I'm like, no, I won. And he's like, no, you didn't, Mom. And anyway, so I was like, Porter, the number I, the letter 1 or opposite. And he's like, he laughed so hard. And then he's like, wait, Mom, I can write a bit about this because that's what Mike always says. I can write a bit about this. And so then I recorded Porter and he was like, the way Mike does on stage. And he's like, so I was playing a game with my mom and she said, I won. And I was like, no, you didn't. And it turns out she meant, and he was doing this whole thing and he was like this cocky little thing on stage. And it was so funny. I was like, yeah,
that's hilarious.
Mike's kid for sure.
Yeah. I could totally see it.
Anyways,
and then have the whole.
That was a pretty funny moment in the game.
That is
like, I won. No, you didn't. Yes, I mean, I won.
Yeah, you're like, no, I mean, I won. He's like, I heard you. No, you didn't. That's like, who's on first?
Yeah.
That's exactly. That's so good. What's your favorite game to play with your kids? Or game?
Monopoly for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't like anything that is too strategic, like Risk or something at Catan. I won't play
Risk is like an hour's game.
Yeah.
Well, Monopoly can be as well,
is
actually.
hours.
Yeah, as I said that.
I know. But it's like, it's enough strategy that I can handle it. I'm not naturally good at strategy and I also don't like it at all. I don't have the patience for it.
Right.
So I just don't enjoy those type of games. I admire people that can. I'm just like, even the game of Clue is almost a little much for me.
I love Clue.
I do like that.
Yeah.
I do like it, but it's like, it's a lot. And
you'll have to play my electrician version. Not
digital?
No.
Or like
I said electrician, which is like a job.
Yeah.
It's a person.
Yeah.
I have an electric version.
Okay.
And you have like little like models, right? And you take a Mr. White or Mrs. White, whatever it is, and put them in the room. And you push down, and it'll say who's in the room. Like so, you push down and it'll be like, "Oh, you've entered the dining hall.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like Mrs. White is in here, and the inspector." And then you have cards, right? So like you go and you can take Mrs. White's card and you look in, and it'll show you like, because it's all about seeing what is out there, right? Because then you break down what isn't. And that's how you figure out who's the killer and what they used, right?
Yeah.
And you have to remember what you've seen and stuff like that. So you're marking it all down. And the whole point is you move around from room to room and then you see who's in the room and then you can look at the cards and hopefully if you've seen enough people, it randomizes it all.
Okay.
Right. And then people will leave rooms. Like it'll say after your turn, it'll go, the inspector just left the room and it doesn't tell you where he went.
Oh, okay.
Right. And so the inspector is important because then when you're ready to make your claim, you have to be in the room with the inspector.
Okay.
So even if you know, and you're not in the right room,
you have to be in the room.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
And it makes it a little bit easier, even for younger kids as well. So not meaning in that sense, but like, it's a little more fun.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah. So that's a fun one.
Yeah. What about you? What's your favorite board game?
Besides Clue, because that was like a family one. My mom's a cheater. She wins every time. I'm convinced. Like it's actually a joke. Like my sister and I would always like just razz her, and then she would get so angry about it. Right? You know what I mean? She's like, I'm not cheating. I'm just really good. We're like, you're a cheater. But she knows we love her. Like, so Uno though.
Oh,
Uno is I love Uno because it's a not optimizer, like flatliner. It's like it levels the playing field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Like obviously,
like it's mostly chance. There's a
100%.
few things you need to think about.
Oh yeah.
You need to make sure you call it Uno.
But like Lyle has rocked me at the age of 6.
Yeah.
Like walked on me.
Yeah.
You know, like you said, because he just had all the right cards.
Yeah.
By chance, right?
Yeah, that's a fun one.
Yeah. I thought I was owning him. I gave him like a pick 8, or something like that, and he picked a bunch, and then he happened to just get the luck of the draw. Like all of them were awesome, and he was just like boom, boom, boom. And I remember just being like, are you kidding me right now?
Yeah, little kids.
Like,
Yeah.
But I've always played that where I've never shown him mercy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that person.
Yeah.
Like I'll love you and I will show you how to play.
Right.
But like you're not going to ever truly beat me if I play easy.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and what's the point?
That's
Who
true.
wants to be given a game?
Yeah.
I don't.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, do you do that with your kids? Just annihilate them at games?
Mm-mm.
No.
Mike does.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I think
I
that's
never do. I can't.
yeah,
I still beat them, but I'm
absolutely.
not like, yeah, I'm just like, you got this. Like, well, like,
Yeah, you're very
you thought
encouraging.
of this,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's totally. I was gonna be surprised if you
But
told me.
it's not all necessarily a good thing. Like Mike does call me out when he's like, you need to be stronger in this, or you need to not let them do this, or
Right.
like I think I'm like the nice one.
Well, and that's probably
Which is, I
true.
mean, the soft one, I should say, because it's
Right.
everybody should be nice. That's not a bad thing. It's
Right.
like I do
Yeah, and
tend
it's
to
not
make
like
things
Mike's not
too
nice.
easy for
Yeah.
them. Just I think that's normal. I know that it's normal when you're raised one way. It's very easy to go the opposite way.
Mhm.
So that's what I do.
Mhm.
So he kind of keeps me in line. Like, no, 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 you got to be a little more strict than that.
And I'm sure vice versa.
Hmm.
Maybe like he like I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
Because I know that there have been times where I've been in relationships
Hmm.
and we've been together long enough they're around Lyle,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
so like there'll be a situation like, oh, have you seen it, thought about it this way? And I'm like,
Yeah.
ah, all right, yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
I think that's great. Like I think
Hmm.
you should have that balance, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Yep. Yeah.
yeah, which is good.
Totally. Yeah, he tends to be definitely more like strict.
Hmm.
But and he was raised with nothing. So it's the same thing,
Right.
just the
It's
opposite.
the opposite.
Which I'm thankful for because now he and I can balance each other out and like tell each other when I'm like, you need to chill, or he tells me like you're too chill.
Yeah, you need to up it a little bit.
Yeah.
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 And I
Hmm.
get that. And parenting's hard. I mean, whether you're together or not. I know Jennifer and I have talked about that before about
Hmm.
um like just in our co-parenting situation,
Hmm.
just about differences and things and how to meet in the
Yeah.
middle,
Hmm.
and make it work overall.
Yeah.
Which I'm thankful for. So,
Hmm. Yeah.
but yeah, I think that's the constant struggle. I get a lot of like, so I can't speak from a lady's point of view. So
Hmm.
when I say these things, I don't mean it like in a chauvinistic way, like
Yeah.
only ladies do this,
Right.
but I get a lot of guys in the barbershop.
Yeah.
So I hear
Yeah.
that side of things a
Right.
lot.
Yeah.
And and it sounds like a lot of guys are generally more of the, we need to be harder on them
Hmm.
type situation is
Yeah.
what I hear.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, and I wonder if there's something to that. I'm sure there's other households that are different because
Yeah.
the world's great like that,
Yeah.
right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or maybe the dad's a little too soft
Mhm.
and the mom's a little
Yeah,
too hard. I'm
yeah,
sure it
yeah,
happens,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Um,
It's pretty interesting, and sometimes you see a parent will treat one gender child one way and
it's always
another,
blown my mind too.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I did realize I grew up with idealisms I had to drop like that,
Mhm.
like that, like
Okay.
as we were raised with, like my brother and I could beat on each other
Mhm. Yeah.
to the cows come home. Like
Right.
my
Yeah.
parents wouldn't even care as
Yeah.
long as we're not bleeding or crying or
Right.
breaking something.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they don't care.
Yeah.
Like, but as soon as like we slug our sister in the leg or something like
Mhm.
that, like I'm not trying
Yeah.
to, it's not saying we beat her or anything, right? You know what
Right.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like she
Yeah.
says something and you just brother or sister, you're
Yeah.
like, whatever, you punch
Yeah.
her in the arm, something
Yeah.
dumb, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You know what I mean? It
Mhm.
was like we had
Yeah.
robbed Fort Knox. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah.
and it was like, you don't like, I want to be clear because I'm not suggesting it's okay to beat women.
Of course not. No, no,
Oh my
no. I know
goodness.
what you mean.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like it was just so
It's
funny.
like,
So like and
yeah.
I got a preset notion that like women were soft and dainty and not
Yeah.
capable though.
Yeah.
That's where I'm trying to get to, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so which was obviously not true.
Mhm.
Obviously,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Women are very strong and very capable and able
Yeah.
to do things,
Yeah.
just like all of us.
Right.
All of us. Like
Yeah.
men, I
Yeah.
guess that you know what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm
But also
digging
it
myself
also
so
it
deep
might
right now.
teach the women the same thing. Women are soft and dainty.
Well, agreed.
So
No,
it's
agreed.
not good for like either one.
Either
Yeah.
or, yeah. And so while yeah, I'm not advocating go and beat the women in your lives. That's not what I'm saying. To be very clear right now.
Yeah.
But it was also good to like so like that happened, but also in other ways, like our parents like so it's weird because they also taught us like to like all the women in my life were very strong
Mhm.
for the most part. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like my mom was out there doing chores with us, like
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
like she taught me how to like change out a tire. Like
Yeah.
she wasn't just like that's the funny part of it, right? She
Mhm.
wasn't just like a dainty woman, that
Yeah.
wasn't
Yeah.
capable or anything.
Right.
And I loved that. Like
Yeah.
my sisters
Like
were out.
their intents were right. Like obviously they didn't view
Absolutely.
it like that either
Right,
since
right.
she wasn't that way. Yeah.
Right. But it's funny how, you go through those things and you have to relearn. And then
Mhm.
you think about even like going through like, okay, how am I gonna, do this forward? Like with Lyle, how I wanted to raise him.
Yeah.
Make sure not to pass down like just generational things, whether you realize you're doing it or not.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do that too for sure with mine.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's why I told him I was like, you're never gonna win.
Yeah.
So I
Mhm.
want you to learn how to
Yeah.
it
There you go.
sounded
Yeah.
funnier in my head.
You will never win.
You'll never
I posted on my story. I'm sure you saw. I don't know if
Yeah.
you saw Mike's though, but I posted on my story yesterday. Um, you can't compete with me. I want you to win too,
Yes,
which
I
is
saw
a
that.
great meme. Like, super
Mhm.
love that. I'm sure I post every time I see it. And then I was like scrolling through, and then Mike had posted a story. He doesn't post a lot of stories, so I always watch it when he does. And he had taken that, but then put words over he said, now, oh no, hold on, let me see if it's still
I gotta
up.
see it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
That sounds so
it was
funny.
so funny. I can try to guess if it's not up still. Um, let's see here. Yes. He took it and he put his own words over it. It says, "You cannot compete with me. I already lost." It's the exact same thing. You can just see he put words over it. I was just like, really? I think I commented on there. I was like, wow.
You cannot compete with me. I already lost.
Yeah.
Well,
So I don't know I don't remember
he's right
what
then. I
triggered
mean,
that
if he's
memory,
already
but
lost,
I'm
yeah.
like, wow, cool. My motivational thing, and then he just like
I
changes
love
it
it.
for himself.
Yeah. Well, that's such like a comedian mindset.
I know.
Like, I love it.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
I already
He's
lost.
actually posted some pretty funny ones lately. You should
Yeah.
definitely check it out. Um, very
Yeah.
funny. Yeah, this one is very good.
Oh, I saw that one.
Did you watch what he said at the end of it?
Oh, how yeah, the guy talks and then he goes,
Yeah, 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 yeah. So Andy Elliott, I actually really like Andy Elliott. He's one of my
is that who that
favorite.
is?
Mhm.
Okay.
And but the funny thing is
Because he was
there's
talking about like the
another.
six
He's
pack and
very
everything.
polarizing. Yeah,
Yeah.
and so there is a polarizing character that is very similar to Andy Elliott
Okay.
that I posted a satire one to make fun of him. It was the
I
one like
remember that one.
yeah, if Brad Lea was a woman.
Right.
And so Brad Lea and Andy Elliott are very similar to each other,
Okay.
whereas Brad Lea is very chauvinistic.
Mhm.
Brad Lea is not. He adores his wife and he brings her everywhere and
Oh, that's
brags about
awesome.
her.
Good.
So but anyway, so I like what both of them do a lot of things right. So I do follow both of them.
Well, that's the thing. Like nobody does 100% of things wrong
Yeah,
normally. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like
yeah,
there's people who, for the most part, I don't like, but I
yeah,
can tell you a thing or two that they've
yeah,
done that I'm like,
yeah, totally.
you know what I mean? Like,
And I just had to make the funny one because the stuff that Brad Lea says about his wife and women, I can't even with that. So
yeah,
it was just meant to be funny.
absolutely.
I tagged him in it, so
Which I
it's
think
like
is
I don't
awesome.
care if he sees it. Like hopefully he would find it funny.
Right.
Anyways, yeah. So but for some reason that rubs me the wrong way about Brad Lea. But Andy Elliott, I like everything he does, but I think Andy rubs Mike the wrong way. And so that's why
Okay.
Mike made that.
That's funny.
Yeah, which is fine. It's like so
Yeah.
funny. And like anytime you have a polarizing personality, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Right.
And
Well,
that's kind of love people like that. So
well, and they do because it causes conversation.
yeah. Yeah.
Right. And I know like that makes sense. Like, because Mike, like knowing him and like he and I have talked a little bit while he got his haircuts and things like
Yeah.
that and hung out. And I know that like, that guy talking about six packs and stuff
Mhm.
like that. That's definitely, well, Mike is a very healthy man and in
Yeah.
great shape. I'm
Yeah.
clearly going to say
Yeah.
this, right?
For
He's
sure.
very health conscious.
Yeah.
Like I know that's not his goal, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
like he
Yeah.
likes to enjoy life.
Right.
And so,
Totally. Which
and
I love, you know.
yes, yeah, it's the best part. And so I love how he's like, he's like, yeah, who cares about your inner thought? Because he's talking about like,
Doesn't matter your emotional state.
that's what it is, yeah. Which is like the most important part in our
Yes, of
emotional state.
course.
Like our body, of
Yes.
course, like you want to stay healthy because if
Yeah.
our body isn't healthy, we're not going to live long,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But emotional state's big, yeah.
I
Like
know. I thought
it's
it
so
was.
funny.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
it's
Andy
so good.
Elliott sees it at some point.
I hope so. That'd be awesome. If we posted or something.
Yeah. But
Oh man. Well,
time
that
flies.
it is. Yeah, I'm just seeing the time now. We're hitting
I
that
know.
mark. Um, always a pleasure with you guys and with you as
Mhm.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back at you.
Thank you. Thank you. And
Let's alternate words this time.
oh, okay.
Thank
You
for
joining.
the
Did I mess it up?
Oh, I'm just laughing. This is
Okay.
ridiculous. Real
That
podcast.
where
We,
give
you,
our
un.
filter.
Wait. It's one word.
You did half a word
Take. You went with
on.
it.
Okay.